everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, I'll be going over this old fortune-telling card deck that I just received. It was an eBay find, and these cards are about 100 years old. It does say copyright 1917, but the booklet itself was published in 1924. So we'll deduce that these cards were printed in the 20s. And it comes with 52 cards plus 4 extra cards that advertise what the publisher had to offer at the time. And I just love those prices. Price each, $1.50, $1.50. It's just funny how much prices have gone up, hey? So yeah, these are the backs. And it's just like very much cardboard. There's no PVC coating or anything on these cards, which I actually like. And it comes with a little instruction booklet as well. It's very frail, so I don't really want to flip through it too much. But you could order these cards for $1 per pack. And yeah, it says 1924, as I've already showed you. It has a little bit of instructions. They're not very thorough, but it's interesting to read it. They suggest putting all 52 cards out in like a grand tableau. Concentrate on a wish while shuffling the cards. Place on table face down, cut in 3 parts, blah, blah. Let me get to the part where... Oh, the top row signifies the present condition of the person for whom you're reading. Second row, unexpected news or assurance of whatever the cards indicate. Third row, home, surroundings and amusements. Fourth row, finance or business connections. Fifth row, sure to come true. So I'm probably never going to read in that way. If anything, I'll read like a Lenormand grand tableau and use the method of distance. And these cards are very much based, I feel, on Lenormand and Sibilla cards. I'll show you in just a moment. So yeah, I won't read you all the instructions, but it's quite interesting. The consultant card you will see is just a sort of like a blank card that says person concerned. But first I'll show you the box here. So I guess this name is after the fortune teller who designed these cards. It's probably a fabricated story. The box has seen better days, as you can see. And these aren't in any order, so I'll just do a quick flip through. I'll maybe just put them down here. So here we have the book, which means secret. So some of you will recognize that that is very much the same as with the Petit Lenormand. The ship, you will see symbols here. This is Neptune. It has a specific meaning. I'll just quickly go over that in the book here. So Neptune is a strange planet and requires its children to use their heads and common sense in all positions. It warns you against deceit and treachery. If failure, which is a card, and rats cards fall with it, it warns you against deceit and treachery if failure and rats fall with it. It also teaches you to have faith, determination, and endurance to accomplish. So Neptune actually isn't that bad. Saturn is kind of more ominous. So we have Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn. And so you'll see as we flip along here. So this one could be read like the Tower. And again, we have Neptune there. And then we have a Wish card, which is different than in Lenormand. And the cat, which indicates gossip or falsity. I would say like rumors and falseness. Or independence. You could look at it like that. And the house card. And we have the coffin, which means the same thing, basically, as in Lenormand, although it could just mean ending. And it has Saturn. Dissipation. So this doesn't necessarily have to be negative. It could actually mean, according to the instructions, if it's like near a very positive card, it could be like a celebration. So it doesn't have to be negative. So instead of like the fish card in Lenormand, we have the bread, which means income, and the fox, which means mischief, the hearts. And here we have a thief. He is trying to open a safe, and I guess he's not having much luck, so it means failure. But I would see that more as a thief, not necessarily always failure. So you can see there's Gypsy Witch influence in here as well, which the Gypsy Witch was actually based on Adolf Engel Lenormand deck. So it's still very much Lenormand. Profession. And also the jacks represent younger males. The child card. So this card here, it represents the season of summer, but also the sun card. And so this would be a little bit difficult for me to read just because I see it as the scythe in Lenormand. But according to them, it means widow and it means autumn. So yeah, I guess it depends on the question, right? And then this one is more like a Ten of Wands kind of card in tarot. Of course, the pig is a very positive card. I like this one. You're being watched. Kind of creepy. And so here we have, they call it the dove, but I see it more as like a carrier pigeon. Typically, like there is in some of the French oracle decks, they have the dove representing peace and calm. But here it obviously means message. So yeah, I'll have to decide how to read this card. And business for Clover. So here we have another season card, spring, and present. So showing a ring, although there is a marriage card with 2 rings, as you will see. I would see this as good luck. And then we have handshake. And that has, what symbol is that again? I just saw it. Oh, Uranus. Surprise. So yeah, you can see there's influence of Sibilla cards as well. And then the rats indicate mourning, like sadness, but I would see it as theft or a deterioration, illness even. And the stork. The metal. And then we have a woman. So the queens obviously represent women. And she's holding, it appears she's holding lilies, and it means truth. So yeah, I would read that as like the lilies card. And then here, this guy can represent a young man because he's a jack, or it could just represent satisfaction. This one is pretty straightforward. This was me recently looking at my property tax bills that I forgot to pay. And then we have the tree, which according to this system means life. I would read it as the tree. Like health. Night and winter. So this one, I don't know how I'm going to read this because speculation as in risk or gambling, right? The fish is unsure if this is a real worm or, you know, that's how I see it. He's taking a risk. He's, what should I do? Should I go for it? But like you could technically read this as the fish card in Lenormand, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to read this. And the automobile means danger, but not always. It depends on the surrounding cards. It could actually just represent like, let me actually read that part to you. It's kind of interesting. Okay, let's see. The automobile card does not always bring danger. If a bright card is with it, take it for conducting business. Should the storm, rats, crossed swords, large building, and gossip come close together, beware of an accident. Should the casket and professional card fall with this, it will mean riding to a funeral. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. There was one, I can't remember if it said if it was by the automobile or by the train. There's a train card. If the dove was near that card, it would represent airplane. Storm, which is like lightning. There's actually lightning in there. Then we have broken mirror, which I would see more as bad luck, but yeah, it's definitely negative. And you'll also see that the cards like with black are more negative than the cards with red. And then we have the letter. And I would see this as the dog card. The train. Here's the consultant card. I think I'm actually probably going to take this out and use, you know, jacks or queens or even knights, but I haven't decided yet. And so the butterfly to me would represent transformation, but I can see where they get that from. It's kind of like the butterfly is very superficial. It doesn't really, it doesn't stay in one place for long. Like it flits about and it doesn't land, and it doesn't make up its mind. Like it's very indecisive. If you've ever watched a butterfly. I hope that made sense. Okay, so here we have the marriage card. So I would read that as the ring card, as opposed to the other ring card, which was spring in the beginning of the flip through. And finally we have law. So I would see that as, you know, making a decision, or actually like law related questions. You know, if it was beside, I'm trying to think. Like it could represent the police or lawsuit, something like that. So yeah, these are really cool. I can see myself using them. I might actually like photocopy them and make my own deck and put this away because they're in such good condition. I don't really want to get my the oils of my hands on them. They are quite rare. You do see them on eBay from time to time. And actually right now, there is one on eBay. So, but in all the years that I've been watching for vintage decks, I haven't really seen these a lot. So if you do see one and you're into this sort of thing, make sure you snatch it up. And that was the Hesse Fortuna picture cards by Donahue Company. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.